What's up, YouTube? It's the Compounder here with you today, and we're going to be talking about the top 3 best and worst college majors. Now, before I even hop into this, I'm just going to say anyone can make a good career with any major, but I'm going to be talking about the majors that are most likely to land you a job after you graduate. Alright, first we're going to be talking about the third best major, and that's going to be engineering. Now, there's a ton of different engineering types of jobs, but I'm going to be focusing on the 2 most popular right now. And those 2 most popular are software engineering and petroleum engineering. So if you're going to be a software engineer, you're probably already some crazy nerd that plays Dungeons and Dragons every Friday and Saturday night. And if you're going to be a petroleum engineer, you just kind of have to be okay with going to Alaska and drilling through some baby seals' heads to get to that sweet, sweet oil. Some homeless dude will be probably huffing it next week to get high. Now, this is a really good job, but the major is a pretty difficult one. Don't do this if you're not already pretty comfortable with calculus and trigonometry. A lot of people try and do engineering, but end up failing just because how hard the coursework is. So if you're going to do it, plan on not going out for about the 4-year career of your college, and your best friends are probably going to be your textbooks. But if you can land the job, it's got really solid pay, and it's a growing field. The median wage right now for engineers, just in general, is $91,010. That's double what the average career is in America right now. All right, now we're going to be talking about the third worst major, and that's going to be psychology. Ooh, I know that hurt you. Girl who's hot, thinks she's good at psychology because she can pick up signals when a guy thinks she's attractive. No, people pick psychology because they just don't know what to do, and it sounds kind of interesting to them. I mean, it is an interesting field, but if you're just going to get a bachelor's degree, this is not a good idea. There's not a lot of good jobs out there directly related to psychology. Now, only 5% of people who get a bachelor's degree in psychology actually work in the field or in a field related to it. Your most likely job is going to be either a guidance counselor or a community service manager. So if you're into telling Jimmy every other day that smoking meth probably won't help him get into college, then go ahead, get this degree. But, if you do end up getting a doctorate in this, you could actually have a really solid career because, you can get a lot of good jobs out there, and there's a lot of good research for a clinical psychologist. But this is pretty difficult to do, and most people who get this degree, or who get the bachelor's degree at least, aren't even going to make it to graduate school because they don't know what they want to do, and psychology seemed interesting to them. You have to have a pretty good GPA to get into a graduate program, and on top of that, you have to do research as well. So, like I said, if you want to be a community service manager or a guidance counselor, do this, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you're going for a doctorate and unless you know what you want to do and unless you have a plan for it. All right, now we're going to be talking about the second best major. That's going to be computer science. Yeah, you know those guys. The guys who walk into work in their flip-flops and athletic shorts and got those long beards. Yeah, the guys who smell like the back of a Waffle House. These guys who live in their mom's basement and eat pizza and drink Mountain Dew every single day, even though they have the income to live in a house in a nice suburban neighborhood and eat fine dining probably for every single meal, but they just choose to live with their mom instead. No, but with this, I'm bundling in 2 different majors. So I'm talking about cybersecurity and data science because the courses kind of overlap with each other. So data science is actually one of the sexiest jobs out there right now. There's a ton of job openings. By 2020, there's projected to be 2,720,000 job openings, which is a ton, and it's working at pretty cool places. It's not all just tech firms. You might end up working at a private bank like JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs, and the average pay for just a data scientist is about $105,000. Yeah, not bad for a nerd, right? All right, and the next major we're going to talk about is cybersecurity. Yeah, this is actually even faster growing than data science because businesses are getting hacked every single day And they need people to protect their information because they don't want to leak consumer information, because then consumers will no longer want to do business with them anymore. I mean, we all remember what happened with Equifax, with around 500 million different people's credit card information being leaked, probably into some Chinese hacker's hands. No, people don't want that. And we remember what happened with the iCloud leak as well. Kate Upton, Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, so there's about 209,000 unfilled job positions right now, which is insane. And the average salary is about $116,000, and there's projected growth of 37% for job openings by 2022. This is a great field to be in, both data science and cybersecurity. If you never want to get laid, but if you want to make a lot of money and have a good job, major in computer science, data science, or cybersecurity. All right, now we're hopping into the second worst major, and that's gonna be art. Yeah, because I'm sure a lot of artists out there, the successful ones, have a degree in art, because that makes a lot of sense, right? I'm sure Migos all got their degree in art before they went on to be rappers. No, that never happens. Why would you want to get a degree in something that you don't need a degree for? If you want to be a good artist, work on your craft. Don't waste 4 years of your life and go $100,000 in debt just to get a major you're not going to be able to use anywhere. Now, I'm not saying art is a bad thing. I think art's a really important thing for this world, and I mean, I enjoy art all the time. I enjoy music. I enjoy paintings on occasions. But we need that in this world, but there's no reason for wasting your money getting a degree in it. If you want to wear pink hair and have a choker on, you don't need a degree. You're better off investing your money in Hot Topic than in college. All right, now this leads us into the best major, compounder approved in college. We're talking about math. Yep, not the sexiest major out there, obviously, but there's a high demand for it and there's a lot of good jobs out there. One of the most popular jobs right now is developing algorithms for different software. But one of the most desirable jobs with a mathematics degree is to be an actuary. So actuaries can actually work in a lot of different places. The most popular is obviously in insurance, but you can also work for a consulting firm, or you can just work independently and get contracted out by different businesses or help with different situations. And the average salary for an actuary is about $116,000. And this isn't a ton of work either. It's about a 40-hour work week. It's not like you're an investment banker working 80, 90 plus hour work weeks. And the projected job growth is going to be 22% from 2012 to 2026, which is a ton. So you may be the most unpopular person at any social gathering. Probably no one's going to want to talk to you. But, you know, who needs people when you got money and you can buy things? So that's why this major is compounder approved. Okay, so now we're talking about the absolute worst major in college. That's going to be business administration. Now you say, why business administration? That's what I'm majoring in now. Not me, you. Because business administration is the second most acquired degree out of any degree. And it's just such a broad thing to major in. You learn a lot of different things about business, but you specialize in nothing. So when an employer is looking at you and what you actually learned in college, you probably didn't learn enough to work for their business because you have a broad understanding of a lot of different things. What you want to do is you want to specialize in something if you're trying to land a job. No employer is going to want to look at business administration as your major and compare it to 1,000 other business administration majors. It's just not typical. But, you know, if you want to ruin your liver and if you want to be in a fraternity or sorority and maybe be the most popular person on campus, then, yeah, this major might be right for you. Barely pass your econ and accounting classes and skirt your way out of college with a 2.0. Go ahead. All right, now with all this being said, I said it earlier that anyone can make a good career with any major, but it's not smart to get a major in something that you don't actually need a degree for. You want to specialize in something. If you don't know what you want to do, I would not advise hopping into a 4-year program and trying to figure it out. Get your head wrapped around what you want to do and don't waste your money. You can start off doing a 2-year program for a lot cheaper, finish all your general education requirements, and then hop into a 4-year program once maybe you know what you want to do. But you don't want to end up wasting 4 years of your life and spending a lot of money without specializing in anything and getting a job that you didn't need a degree for. Alright, so I know a lot of you guys are probably offended right now because I probably called out your major, but I'm just trying to give you some wisdom, save you some money, save you some time. I want you to compound bands and babes like me. Alright, like and subscribe, comment what you think below, and I'll catch you guys next week.